Welcome, MPHL fans. This is the game y'all been waiting for. We have the Cyclones versus the Providence Penguins, and this is a matchup that people have been kind of awaiting for. The Providence Penguins has had their signings, has proved themselves within the past few games, and they've come out the ballpark swinging essentially with winning their last, I believe, two games against whatever teams they went against. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the Cyclones are staying strong, staying undefeated as they have a very strong offensive pressure, just recently winning against the Nightbird in overtime. And this is a matchup that is definitely going to be one for the ages. This is an interesting kind of early scrimmage as we see in qualifications. This is not going to be an easy matchup for either team whatsoever, as we know that the Cyclones have, again, very strong offensive pressure and offensive play, and the Penguins have a young, strong, healthy team with a very, passionate kind of orchestra that they have going for them. And so we're gonna have Ninja Seaman, a very young prospect that has recently come into Row Hockey, playing an outstanding performance in BMHL, coming out the ball swinging, like I said, and it's gonna be interesting to see how he translate that skill set into into MPHL. We have Vex, who is a seasoned veteran. We know what he's capable of. And we have Extreme Weltherman, also a veteran, and Sharks Vardo starting for them in net. A very successful MPHL goalie that we've seen in years prior contend for the top four, if not top three positioning behind Who's Galaxy Tendi. So this is a prospect team that is very much going to come out, they're going to come out very strong. They're going to come out every single game and perform the best way that they can and do their best to make sure that their name is recognized, right? And for the Cyclones, we're going to see Simply Fade, Duty Cake, which is recently traded from, I believe, the, hold on. Passionate. There we go. Passion. And is going to be on the Cyclones now, performing for them. They also have Svargalia. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. And then SWB. Again, Cyclones teams, we've seen them every single time that Zon kind of has this, idea of wanting to get people on his team. He does a very well signing process and stuff. I do believe there's a little bit of delay here. I do think that Zon will be joining us shortly. However, just starting off, this is going to be an interesting matchup. Like I said, two very strong teams. So we will see. Oh, Svarg is Zon. I apologize. There we go. Now we know. So Zon is actually in the building. We have the two-time champ in the building. So that means this is going to be an interesting little offensive matchup here. However, they are missing an extra few players. So could that disparity of line changes do them justice on the ice, or will it turn against them? We will see in these upcoming minutes here as we start off the first period. A little bit of a skirmish here in the middle as both teams are trying to assert dominance on the puck here. I do believe that is an out, or at least will be here very soon. And Vex and the Cyclones fighting at center ice as Vex manages to get that possession, tries to pass it off to his teammate, but it's going to be a little bit of a miss here as Ninja Seaman picks it back up in the corner and tries to get that swing around, get that shot off, but it's going to be swatted away from the Cyclones defense as they push it into the offensive zone and just shoves it down there, wanting to get that pressure off, give them a chance to breathe as the Providence Penguins will pick it back up here. A great pass to Vex at the blue line. And Simply Fade will easily swat that away from him as Vex is fighting from him in the middle again. Going to pick it up here with speed with a possible one-on-one opportunity as he gets it and regroups it. A little bit of a mishap there. The Cyclones playing very phenomenal defense, even with, like I said, the line change disparity that they have. That I do think that will give them a little bit of a, some trouble in the future as Nazi is head-to-head here with Tyrese. As Nazi goes for a shot, it's going to be wide of the net, not even close. But he does manage to pick up the rebound because of the speed disparity, like I said. And Nazi fighting away from that Cyclones defense as Fade gets it off here into the center ice as it's possible 2v1 opportunity here. Pass off to Zon. But the Penguins will pick it up here easily and get that out of the ice as Nazi picks it back up, trying to get that push down the ice, I would believe. But it's going to be blocked here as Zon easily gets his hand on that huge hit as he's fallen. And there's not much that he can do. There's not anybody that he can switch for. As Nazi picks it up for a one-on-one opportunity, takes a shot, and it's going to be a score. It's going to be the first goal of the game for the Penguins. And the Penguins making a statement saying, I'm not afraid of you, we're not afraid of you, Zon. We know that you're the two-time champ. We know what you're capable of, but we don't care. 2 minutes in, and they're already making their mark on this game, coming off very strong, taking advantage of that one-on-one opportunity that was so easily led to them in that situation. With only 2 minutes left, we already see a point on the board for the Penguins. As I said, I do believe this is an undefeated team versus an undefeated team, so one of them will take a strike to their record, which cannot be good for the qualification rounds coming up, as we see 5 to 6 very strong and very healthy teams starting off here. As Meme Scythe will pick it up here behind the net, trying to get a shot off in front at the hash mark, but it's going to be swatted away here from Cuberto. Cuberto, also a very prominent player, is going to be holding the puck up at the blue line, trying to get a shot off here as he's getting past the defense, but it's going to be swatted away here from, I believe that's Aber. Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's going to be in the Cyclones offensive area. They're trying to glove it here, or shots on goal stack, whatever it may be, which may work against them here as Vex is getting it in front. And Meme Scythe picking it up here. It's still dangerous here at the hash marks. Vex is picking it up here, going for the pass off across ice. And for the one-timer, it's not going to work, and he's going to go for the shot and miss wide. Cuberto going for the dump down the ice as Nazi is chasing it down. But the Cyclones will manage to pick up the puck. As Zon has it in his hands at the blue line. Cuberto here to assist him. Has the puck, takes a shot. It's going to be on net. It's going to be a save from Shark. A very close shot there as it hit the bottom of his pad, but Shark didn't really take into consideration that was a chip shot. As the Penguins are going for a cross-ice pass here, going to be blocked away from Cuberto, easily swatted away into the mid-section of the game. As Zon has speed, but Ninja also has speed, picks it back up, and easily swats it away from Zon, taking away the one-on-one opportunity going. Zon has a chance here to get back. Ninja taking advantage of the goalie being a few inches out. As Ninja goes for a shot, missed. Here once again, takes it again, goes for a shot, blocked away from the defense. As it's behind the net, a little bit of a scrimmage as Ninja's picking it up here, but battling here with the offensive goalie. And he's trying to get a glove on that, stacking his shots on goal while he's at it. However, it's getting dangerous as it's going to be chipped away from a skate. And the Penguins will pick up back here and dumped into the offensive zone as Nazi picks it back up. Dangerous opportunity here in front if he passes off of the cross. And he's not quite going to get that pass that he hoped for, but Ninja will still pick it back up. Go for a shot completely wide of the net as, Poke check will pick it back up at the blue line. Goes for a shot blocked away here from Cuberto. Cuberto easily swatting it away here, trying to get it up with only a minute left on the clock. Ninja Seaman picking it back up as he goes for a chance here. Could pass it off in front, hit away from the pad, and it's going to be gloved here by Ruined. A very good opportunity there. His defender was actually swatting him away with the stick. And if Ninja or Nazi would have taken advantage of that situation, that easily could have turned this deficit into 1-2 instead of 1. With 45 seconds left to go, we're going to be in the defensive zone of the Cyclones as Cuberto will be facing off against nobody and swatted away quickly from his defensive zone, taking advantage of the mistake here given here by the Penguins, trying to chip it up. And the Penguins obviously very, trying to use their line change opportunity that they have here. You can see the speed disparity, which will eventually be a huge margin. A little bit of a nice save here from Tyrese, a kind of weird bounce, but it goes straight into his glove and he'll easily stop the play here, giving his team a little bit of leg room to work with as 30 seconds are on the clock in the first period. 12 shots on goal to 2. And like I said, the Penguins are making a very huge dent in the Cyclones' ego here. We know that Zon, does a little bit of talking in the chat. We see that he says that they're undefeated. Could that change here tonight? Could this be something to hurt them in the grand scheme of things? 20 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be in the Penguins' defensive zone, trying to pick it up. And the Penguins fighting for it in their defensive zone, trying to make sure they don't get a tie up here. And Meme Scythe's trying to pick it up with 10 seconds left for an open shot at the blue line. He has a little bit of trouble, takes a shot, and it's going to be wide of the net. And that's going to be it for the first period. A very dominant first period here from the Penguins. Like I said, we see that disparity in people not showing up and how much of a difference that really makes when your players are not showing up for your team. So we see 4 people that are on for the Cyclones, and that is not going to be good for them in the long run, as the Penguins have that advantage when it comes to speed and dominance over the Cyclones. Although you could argue that the Cyclones are a stronger team offensively, it's going to be difficult for them to make chances and make plays if their players don't have that speed to keep up with the Penguins. And so we're going to start off the second period here. 12 shots on goal to 2. It's not looking good for the Cyclones. However, there is still 2 periods left. We have about 10 minutes left of gameplay here if they can make something happen. And Cuberto is going to pick it up here at center ice. We're going to have Stam reset this. So this is their chance to score if they want to make it happen. Bounce off here. Zon's not going to get that shot that they need. Shark gloves it easily and gets rid of that momentum that they were building up there, easily swatting that chance away. And it's not going to be a problem, as we're going to start the face-off in the defensive zone of the Penguins. Shark looking very sharp, very ready for everybody. Although he hasn't faced many shots on goal, he's still on the tip of his toes, making sure that they stay in that 1-0 lead that they already built. And Ninja is trying to pick it up here. They have some speed here at the blue line. And Ninja picking it up here, battling against Zon. Zon pushing it into the offensive zone, trying to make something happen. Ninja giving him a really good work here. Zon eventually wins it, takes a shot, bounce off of his defender, and it's going to be wide of the net as Nazi clears it up to the offensive zone of the Clones, as they're looking for possible line changes here, trying to abuse it. Ninja takes away the puck here, and it's going to be a huge save as Tyrese swats it away, but there's going to be a little bit of a disparity as he's getting pushed out of his net. And Pokecheck will pick it up here for the rebound. Weird bounce into the offensive zone as it's going to be swatted away. And Pokecheck looking to clear it up to his offensive man. Chip shot here from him at center ice. And Ninja coming back with speed, as he just failed to capitalize on that one-on-one opportunity. However, I'm sure there will be more in the future. And they're fighting here strongly in the hash marks as Vex is picking up here, dumps it into the offensive zone, and it's going to be bounced a few times weirdly. However, the Cyclones have a break here. Trying to make it happen. Meme Scythe goes for the shot on net. It's going to hit his pad as it's quite bounced off. Vex picking it back up here in the defensive zone. And shot on net. It's going to be bounced off weirdly on the side of the net. Cuberto, very dangerous opportunity here. I'm sure Tyrese will handle this fine as he gloves it. And it's going to be our time reset with 2 minutes in. And it's already turning out to be a very solid period for the Penguins, as they are not allowing the Cyclones to get any quality shots, where I cannot say the same for the Cyclones, as the Penguins are getting numerous opportunities here in front of the net. Although they have not been successful, thankfully to Tyrese, as Tyrese has played very solid goaltending here, only allowing 1 out of 19 shots to go in. He is definitely keeping the Cyclones in the game. As Hockey Lord MVP joins the game, we can see this, so it gives Cyclones a little bit of leg room here to work with stamina-wise, and will definitely help them in the long run, as Shark gets hit away here from the side of his net. And Zon is around the net trying to make something happen here. Hockey Lord MVP picks it up behind, goes for a shot on net, and it's going to be slightly over, so it's not going to hit anything. As Zon is passing forward in front, a very nice tip, and Shark is going to capitalize and let that in, as the game is tied up, even with the disparity in shots on goal. So we already see Hockey Lord MVP joining is already a huge and massive difference for the Cyclones. As I said, we could argue that the Cyclones have a better offensive lineup than the Penguins do. However, like I said, the Penguins do have a much more solid foundation overall as a team. But will that matter in the long run, since Hockey Lord MVP has joined and give them that leg room for stamina, at least one person, so Zon and Hockey Lord MVP can switch him back and forth, as they are the more dominant offensive players on the team. And I've just been informed here that Tyrese is actually the one that didn't let in that one goal, so I'm going to correct myself. Tyrese is playing a shutout performance thus far into the game. So sorry, I have to give the credit where the credit is due. But back into the game. Hockey Lord MVP classes it out of his defensive zone. Ninja picks it up here with speed for a possible one-on-one opportunity. It's going to be hit away from Hockey Lord MVP, making it look easy as they shut down that opportunity easily, not allowing anything to happen. Cuberto looking for the pass down in front. Nazi's going to block it away, still trying to make it happen, making the hustle play for his team. As Cuberto picks it up with his hand, hits it away, and it's going to be into center ice as Hockey Lord MVP has speed, passes it up to Zon here at blue line, but I do believe that's going to be an offsides. Yes, it is. And there's going to be a poke down here from Pokecheck. Ninja Seaman has a dangerous opportunity here if they allow it for it to happen. And it's going to be swatted away here from Cuberto. He is making it look easy, not giving them easy looks and opportunities, giving Tyrese a little bit of a breather as he's been the main contribution to their success thus far into the game. As Meme Scythe at blue line, trying to make something happen. Again, make the hustle play, dig deep, goes for a shot. It's going to be wide, and then actually, sorry, it's going to be blocked away from Cuberto. Cuberto hitting it away, trying to make sure that shit does not happen, as it's going to be into the center ice. And it's going to be picked up here from Simply Fade, trying to make that pass off to him. Hockey Lord MVP shot, and it's going to be off of the net, but still hit off here from the goalie. Meme Scythe trying to get a shot on net here as he's on the side. Goes for a pass, and it's going to be an open net, but they're going to miss it. And the Penguins just wasted an opportunity as Tyrese is playing a little bit too far. Nazi goes for a shot blocked away here from away. And Memesai still in front, has a chance here to score if they make it happen. But it's going to be blocked away. Hockey Lord MVP at the blue line that they're fighting for. Memesai picks it up again, but it's going to be wide in the net. And Tyrese trying to look for that glove just so that, you know, it breaks that momentum, but it's not quite sticking. Meme Scythe trying to drag the puck in front of the net. The goalie getting dragged out as well. Meme Scythe still trying to make that hustle play. Knocked away from Hockey Lord MVP, but they still pick up the rebound. It's dangerous still. It's into the hash marks as Meme Scythe is fighting for it. 25 seconds left to go. Bounced here off of the Penguins goaltending again here. Meme Scythe goes for a reverse pass. It's going to be a little bit too hard as it's in the defensive area again. Shark pokes it away for him. 15 seconds left on the clock. I would recommend just holding it here instead of going for something dangerous. Or Nazi picks it up here. Has speed. There's a chance he can make something happen here with 6 seconds left on the clock. They go for that last shot. Over the net. Nazi tips it. Save here from Tyrese, making it look easy with very little time on the clock, and he's saving his team time and time again with 24 shots on goal faced and 24 saves, and he's not allowing this game to go any more south than it already is. So we can already see the disparity between both of these teams with 4 shots on goal and 1 goal let in for the Penguins. However, it's 25 shots on goal and 1 goal let in for the Cyclones. So this is something that these two teams are really going to have to reconsider when facing off against each other again, when they're looking at the quality of their shots, the matchups that they're taking, and the line changes, and whether or not their teams need to show up on time. However, we're going to jump into this third period with a 1-1 score, although you could argue that the Penguins have been having a better game overall than the Cyclones, since Tyrese has really been looking out for their team. But other than that, they have not been producing the opportunities that they need necessary to abuse the fact that they are in this deficit. And the Cyclones are going to pass it down into their defensive zone as it's going to be chipped away from Zon, straight past the Meme Scythe. But Meme Scythe has that chance now. He gets that rebound back, and he's in the offensive zone trying to make something happen, but it's not working quite for him. Hockey Lord MVP tries to get his stick on that, but it's not working for him either, as Pokecheck tips it away here at center ice. He's going to further clear that up. Goes for a shot not close to the net. Tyrese, weird bounce here, and Tyrese playing too far out gets him that damn. What the hell is that thing called where you like don't let any goals run? Shit. Shutout. There we go. That shutout is gone because Tyrese comes out a little bit too far, and the Penguins take advantage of that as it bounces weirdly off the glass, and they're just going to shove that right in. They're going to finish that opportunity that they had here, easily taking advantage of their poor positioning. 2-1 with 4 minutes left. And it's not looking great for the Cyclones in this beginning period. Meme Sites picks it up here, is at the blue line, goes for a chance here, possibly going for a shot, but it's going to be blocked away here from Flor Cuberto. Again, not trying to give him any easy looks as they're already down 1 goal, and they cannot allow this to go any further than it already is. As Zon fighting for that puck, trying to get his hands on it, make something happen for his team. It's not too necessary here as Vex chips it away. Zon gets his hand back on it, though. Hockey Lord MVP to the left of him. He gets a pass off it, but it's going to be Vex that stops that and does not allow it to happen. At the blue line, goes for a chip down the ice as it's in the Cyclones' defensive opposite zone. Cuberto swatting it away easily as Hockey Lord MVP picks it up here at the blue line, goes for a look here, and it's going to be wide in the net, not even close to the net, as Simply Fade still gets that rebound off of that initial shot. Vex picking it back up, goes for a pass here down center ice, but it's going to be, swayed over here to Fleur Cuberto. Hockey Lord MVP gets a weird bounce. Shark coming up, playing offensively here, and not allowing that happen either, as Vex is at center ice, fighting for it desperately against Simply Fade. However, Simply Fade has very little to no speed to work with here. Nazi gets a weird bounce off here, and Shark lets in a own goal, as that wasn't necessarily tipped by anybody except his own man. And that's going to tie the game up 2-2. A weird bounce here from Nazi. Not quite too sure what happened there. I wasn't even sure if Zon necessarily scored that, if I'm going to be honest. However, this is going to tie the game up, even with a 20-shot on goal differential. With 3 minutes left and 21 seconds on the clock, there is still a lot of stuff that could happen in this game. And the puck drop is going to start off here as Meme Scythe and Simply Fade face off. A little bit of a shot miss here. Hockey Lord MVP tries to pick up the puck for his team, but is unsuccessful in doing so. Except he rebounds it back again. He is behind the net trying to make something happen to get that lead off that they need. Fighting against it. Shark easily gloves that. Does not allow anything else to happen. And we're going to go into a face-off in the defensive area for the Penguins. Cuberto and Meme Scythe are going to be facing off against each other. 1 second puck drop. And it's in front of the hash marks already. Not looking for great for the Penguins. But they successfully managed to swat that puck away. Not allowing them any more chances than they don't need. However, Vex comes into the offensive zone. Looking for that wraparound shot. Unsuccessfully does so. However, he still manages to get the puck on it. And Tyrese is going to glove that. Not giving them any sort of opportunity to get that pass in front of that cross path, to get the tip off, which we know most goalies struggle for and struggle with immensely, especially Tyrese. So great positioning chance here for him as he gloves it easily, not allowing the Penguins to take advantage of that center ice pass. As Cuberto is in a defensive zone, chops it down to the offensive zone, as Shark is going to get that puck off, as it's going to be to center, and Cuberto fighting for it against Meme Scythe, as there's a little bit of a low stamina fight going on here. They're just kind of chopping it back and forth at center ice. Hockey Lord MVP has speed here and has a one-on-one opportunity against Shark. However, it's going to be a huge save from Shark's pad, and he's going to glove it right back. And he makes it look easy, as Hockey Lord MVP does not capitalize on the one-on-one that he was given there, even though he had much more speed than the defender behind him. So with 30 shots on goal to 9, we have already seen about 2 breakaways for the Cyclones, one already successfully giving them that advantage. However, Hockey Lord MVP does not capitalize on that second one that he's given here, as Vex is off against Simply Fade. Weird little bounce here. Hockey Lord MVP gets his hand on that puck again, looking for that second goal. Already one scored. Zon picks it up here, goes for a shot, miss wide of the net, as it tips the pad of Shark. And it's going to be a dump into the defensive zone for the Cyclones. Tyrese, once again, coming out a little bit far, which we know and have seen to not do him justice in the past, as Vex is fighting for it near the defensive zone very harshly, trying to make sure that he can get that score that they need right before they go into OT. Nice little pad glove here from Tyrese as he gloves it and does not drop it. He says no, he doesn't want anything to happen further. And that's how we're going to go into it with 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Face off with Cuberto and Meme Scythe in the defensive zone for the Cyclones. Meme Scythe still has that puck. And he's going for a shot here where it's going to be wide of the net. And it's going to be behind as Nazi has a lot of speed, which he's trying to abuse here. Tyrese getting stuck on the side of the net as Meme Scythe is trying to abuse that little clutter area that they have. And the Penguins are going to keep dumping it back into the offensive zone so they can play that dump and chase kind of, since they do have this speed advantage from earlier mentioned. And it's going to be extreme weather playing offense up here. We haven't seen him do that much this game. However, we have a chance in front here from the hash marks, and it's going to be slightly off as he doesn't get that shot in front that he hoped for. And it's going to be under a minute left now in the third period. And whoever can get that last point that they need, they could end here and make it the dagger. Center ice pass here to Hockey Lord MVP. He picks it up here nicely. He has speed. 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Passes it off in front. Shark passes it away from his net. Cuberto fails to successfully score there as Shark gets it off of his pad. Vex bringing it up here back up to center ice. He doesn't have much speed or leg room to work with. However, he does have a shot here, clear front, and it's going to be blocked away from Simply Fade. However, I do think that Tyrese would have got his pad on that. A quite easy shot there. However, Hockey Lord MVP has speed here once again. Goes for the wraparound shot. Blocked away from his defender as Meme Scythe picks it back up and clears it down the ice to the Cyclones, some defensive area. And we're going to have 17 seconds, and it looks as if we're going to go into an overtime. However, Nazi chips it down to the offensive area with one last chance that they're hoping for. Cyclones dump it out. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Meme Scythe going for a last shot wide in the net, and it's not going to be close. Nazi tips it away. Tyrese gets that last hand on it that he needs. And we're going to go into the overtime with Tyrese putting on a performance for us, not allowing the Penguins, although the Penguins have been much more dominant offensively, to still stop all of these shots necessary for the Cyclones. So with a 33-11 shots on goal differential, it's going to be a huge disparity between people in net and defensively and offensively into this overtime. And whoever can just get that last shot off, that last quality chance, is really all is going to matter in overtime. Jumping into the overtime, Simply Fade and Meme Scythe will be facing off against each other, as we've seen them do numerous times tonight. Meme Scythe goes for a shot on goal, starting off the period strong, trying to send a message, and it's going to be gloved from Tyrese, not letting it go here either, and very easily and comfortably not allowing anything to happen thus far into the period. With already 9 seconds left, we can see Meme Scythe putting out a statement saying he doesn't care and he will shoot it from anywhere. Meme Scythe and Zon facing off against each other in the face-off zone as Zon gets his stick on that, easily clears it down into the Penguins' defensive area. Shark could play with his pad here, however, he chooses not to, as Extreme Weather gets a nice little pass here down to Vex into the offensive zone. However, it's going to be an offside as it bounces a little bit weird off of Vex's stick and he goes in front just slightly too much. Tyrese definitely taking a fresh breath of air, as he's already been overloaded tonight with 34 shots on goal. So I'm sure that he's thankful for that, as Meme Scythe and Zon face off at the blue line. Meme Scythe picking it back up here, goes for that cross pass. He's going to try to go for it, takes a shot here on net, and it's going to be gloved by Tyrese, making it look easy. Again, coming in clutch for the Cyclones, as these are not the opportunities that the Penguins are hoping for. However, one of these is bound to go in if the Cyclones keep allowing these quality chances to keep happening over and over again. They've already scored twice. It's not necessarily out of the question for them not to score again, as it's a weird bounce here in front as Tyrese gets his hand on that. However, that could have went south very quickly. Hockey Lord MVP looking for that rebound opportunity, shoots it wide in the net as they're trying to go for that rebound, but Vex gets his hands on it, trying to clear it down, and he successfully does so for the Penguins, getting rid of that momentum. However, it's picked up here by Meme Scythe in the offensive zone, and he could go for another shot wide in the net. However, it's going to be picked up here from Flori Cuberto, getting rid of that offensive pressure that they had there. And Cuberto and Hockey World MVP fighting for the puck at center ice. Cuberto gets it successfully up as it's past the blue line, goes for a shot, and it's going to be slightly tipped away here from Vex as Vex gets it off of his stick, and they're still fighting for it in the defensive area as Vex clears it down successfully. Hockey Lord MVP accidentally almost causes an offsides, but they successfully to avoid that. As Hockey Lord MVP fighting for it at the blue line still, trying to get the dagger on, get that last shot that they need, but Vex is giving them very much trouble as they're fighting for it still. And it's a little bit of a cluster, a little bit of, a group hug going on here as it's pushed down into the center ice from Meme Scythe. Meme Scythe goes for a shot. It's going to be wide of the net. Not a quality chance that they want, though. He's going to go for a line change, go to the locker room, go to the drawing board, and see if they can get something next play when he's on. However, Nas is going to switch in here with much needed speed. Hockey Lord MVP takes a shot here, blocked away from Poke Check. Very quality chance here in front, but it's going to be denied from the Penguins defense as Zon will pick it back up in his defensive zone, clear it down to center ice. Cuberto very easily, comfortably picking it back up here. Poke check, also getting a weird bounce off of his stick, but he successfully manages to get that puck out and push it from his defensive zone. As Cuberto picks it up as well, shoves it down later into the ice. Hockey Lord MVP gets a little bit of a weird bounce off of his stick, but the Penguins push it down further into their offensive zone, hoping to get something to happen. Meme Side goes for the shot here as he's behind the net and takes a shot on net. Going to be slightly off. Nazi goes for a tip here, but it's going to be off and hits the back of the net instead of on it. And Poke Check, trying to get the puck out. Hockey MVP does have a shot here, but it's going to be wide in the net once again. Not having much luck except from his initial tip goal that he had earlier. However, his shots have not been that selective this game as Meme Scythe is dragging it up here at center ice. And has some leg room, has some time, is going for that pass, evaluating his options, letting his teammates line change, playing very smartly here. Goes for a shot, tip off from Vex, but it's going to be slightly over his stick, so he's not able to do it. However, Vex is looking for that initial tip off as well, as they're fighting for it in the center of the net. Vex making some nice moves here, gets a pass off in front, and it's going to be saved from Tyrese again. Coming in Captain America style and blocking the chances that the Penguins are putting up front for the for the Cyclones. And this is something to be reckoned with as the Cyclones have just been heavily relying on Tyrese, but Tyrese has been, I think, more than happy to provide that heroism that they've so long for needed here, as Zon is, although the two-time champ and stuff, has not been able to really provide for them offensively as much as they would hope for in this overtime that they really, really need. As we're going to pick up back here in the Cyclones defense, they're going to chip it away here as X-Weather is trying to fight for it back into their zone, as Cuberto easily swats it away, but Weather will continue to fight for that offensive pressure and pick it up back, but it's unsuccessful in doing so. As Zon picks it up here in the offensive zone, goes for that cross-eyes pass, and it's going to be wide of his stick. Nazi picking up here at the blue line, trying to push it up to his teammate, but isn't able to get so because Zon is easily there for him every single time. And the Penguins are going to get pushed back into their defensive zone, but however, that gives some time for Meme Scythe to get on the ice. And Hockey Lord MVP with speed and is looking dangerous with evil intent, trying to get behind and to the side of their defense, is getting the pass off in front, and Cuberto is not going to get that tip off, although the setup was there initially. and the Penguins are trying to get that puck out of their defensive zone. They need that puck to stop building up momentum for the Cyclones. Otherwise, they could get a very quality shot that they're desperately looking for. As Meme Scythe is in the offensive area again, looking for his options, trying to get a pass off in front. However, it's not going to really work for him. Poke check, trying to get that check. However, he picks it back up here at the hash marks, trying to go for a shot, and it's going to be just wide of the net. Meme Scythe picking it back up here. And he's going for that shot again, I believe, one more time. And it's a little bit close in net. The Cyclones do have two people in front. It's very possible that it can bounce weirdly again, just like we've seen before, and go into the net. As Hockey Lord MVP with speed, trying to get it off, but Shark easily gloves that, and it's going to be the end of the first OT that they have. And I can't lie, there's been, very much some pressure on Tyrese as a whole here. We've seen a lot of great saves, a lot of great desperation saves, which he's made look very simple, very calmly, and not giving them, like I said, much leg room to work with here. As the Cyclones are not very, they're not doing a very good job offensively here, as they're not getting a lot of pucks in front. They're not shooting on net most of the time. They're not getting that pass off to the hash marks. They're not passing off correctly into the different zones. So, and we've seen the very much opposite for the Penguins, as they've done a phenomenal job of getting it to the right man, getting it to the right person at the right time, and successfully abusing these shots and getting them into the areas that they need them to be. As we've seen cross-ice paths already come along. However, the only determining factor for which they have not scored has just been Tyrese. So what they need to do is very much break his spirit, break somebody's spirit on that team, really just dig deep and get that one shot that they so desperately need, and keep pushing the Cyclones into the corner that they're already in since the beginning of the game, I would argue. Nazi pushes it into the Cyclones of defensive area. Zom picking it up here and trying to push it to the center of the ice. Meme Scythe says no and takes the puck away from him easily, as Poke Check and Nazi having a little bit of a miscommunication on who wants to have the puck. Their Hockey Lord MVP is aiming for that, that daggering shot that we've seen so many times that he's already taken. However, has not been on net and has not managed to connect. So is it possible that he couldn't make it happen for his team once again? Meme Scythe fighting forward into the offensive area, going for that shot that he desperately needs, and it's going to be slightly off of the net. Meme Scythe picking it back up, though. However, goes for the tip shot here. Nazi, a little bit of a weird bounce, and Nazi picking it still back up here at the hash mark. Still a dangerous opportunity here in front. Goes for a shot wide of the net, not even close, and Tyrese, again, will stop the momentum and stop the pressure that the Penguins are putting on him, specifically with a play stoppage and giving his team to breathe for a second and to reevaluate their positioning. Again, Tyrese coming in here in clutch is stopping the chances that they're so looking for multiple times over and over again. The Cyclones better pay this man at the end of this game, since he has been really showing out for him tonight and definitely has been the star player for this team, although he is a goalie all night. Meme Scythe has the puck here, trying to make something happen in front, and it's going to be dumped away successfully from the Cyclones of defense. And Cuberto looking for that front here, as he's on the blue line, Zon with next to him, and Cuberto pushing it in front, looking very dangerous and with evil intent. Zon has the puck here as well. It's going to be chipped away to him. Meme Scythe is saying, no, I do not want you to get that last shot off, and pushes it away. And Tyrese looking for that glove again, also coming out a little bit too far, and the puck is going to weirdly bounce, and it's going to be it. That's it. That's the dagger. That's it. This is Vex coming in clutch here, as Tyrese closes it out for tonight and ending the game with a 3-2 margin, as the Penguins have been offensively dominant all game. And in this performance here, we can see that they really successfully managed to break their spirit. Tyrese, I think, played a phenomenal game of hockey here tonight, really showing out for his team. However, it just wasn't enough for wasn't enough for the Cyclones, as they were not producing enough offensively. And so, that's going to be it for tonight, folks. Thank you for tuning in, and that'll be it.